Hello, everyone. So Tracy van der Schyff, all the way from ESPC in Copenhagen. So it's nice not having a jacket on at the moment, but the South Africans get very cold. And I've got a wonderful lady here with me today, Dona. So happy to have you here. Please just give us a little bit of insight, just who you are, what do you do, what makes you tick.
Thank you so much for having me. This is my first ESPC and first time in Copenhagen. I'm Dona Sarkar. I am the Chief Ninja Cat of the Windows Insider program. Windows Insiders are one of the biggest communities of people on the planet who are using tech to make a lasting impact in their communities. So insiders are people like you and I who always get phone calls asking, which laptop should I get? Do I need antivirus? They're the tech expert of everyone in their life. And like all tech experts, we're completely unhappy to sit back and receive technology once it's done. We'd rather be involved from day one of the process. So 16 million people co-creating the future of Windows. It's insanely fun.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So here's an interesting thing. I mean, being at a tech conference, I actually want to talk about something else. And I mean, it's the same as my session that's going to happen very soon. I want to talk about people and the things that we're passionate about. So I noticed most productive people, the Fast Company, 100 most productive people. I'm quite interested about that. And there's this hashtag that I've seen you use, do the thing. Now you'll notice that I've got a shirt on Ikigai, which is very important to me. I'd love you to just maybe tell us a bit about that thing that drives you as well, which isn't just technology. So that which reminds me of when I met you in South Africa, and I went on stage at the Dev conference, and there she was, and she was talking about things that's important for us to be doing, and I absolutely love that. So please, if you would just share a little bit about the non-tech side of things that's important to you, and then we'll take it from there.
Absolutely. So I believe that everyone in the world has something that they want to do, but they're afraid to do it. For whatever that is. That could be tech, it could be non-tech, it could be, hey, I want to be a manager, it could be, I want to start my own business, it could be, I want to quit running my own business and go back to corporate. There's something that people want to do, but they're not doing it for whatever reason. And usually, it's a few reasons. One, what are people going to say? And it's not usually people, it's like, what is my mom going to say? What is, my friend's going to say? That one judgmental friend you've got? It's that, what's that judgmental friend going to say? What's my old boss going to say? What are my coworkers going to say? What are my friends going to say? It's that, what are people going to say if I fail? Second one is, I'm not ready. I don't know how to do that thing. I don't have the skills. Third one is, I don't have time. I have too much going on. Fourth one is, I don't even know how to start. What does step one look like? I don't know anyone who's ever done this before. So these are the reasons people give to happily stay in their comfort zone and not do the thing. But every single one of us has this thing that we want to be doing. So my mission in life is to find out what your thing is and make you do it. So that's one of my secret superpowers and things that I do a lot is I find out what people want to do. And I ask them through all sorts of ways. And then I make them do it. I make them do the thing. And usually they're really mad at me. So no one is like, thank you, Donna, this is so great. They're like, I hate you. I hate this. Why are you making me do this? I am very happy in my comfort zone. Why? But eventually they get used to the idea that I have to take step one. They take step one, and then step two is not that hard. So that's the do the thing mission, whether it's tech or non-tech. Even if it's learning a new programming language, many people are like, oh, I could never learn like native code. I'm a web developer, I can't learn native. Or I'm a native developer, I could never learn, Java, whatever it is.
So really love that. And we were chatting last night about my T-shirt that I had on, which is Ikigai. And I mean, that reminds me of that thing that you say, how that purpose that we have in life that I think is so important, no matter what it is that we do, whether you're a developer, it doesn't matter what you do. And I mean, Ikigai, just for those who doesn't know, is a Venn diagram that says when you do what you love, when the world needs it, when you get paid for it, and you're good at it, then you reach purpose of being. It's absolutely perfect. And I think we're all driven by that without even realizing it. But it also brings me back to you saying that your purpose is to find that thing that people should be doing, is about seeing potential, because we have such a bad self-esteem that we always don't see potential. I think we can do so much better. Now, thinking about seeing potential, and something I'm very passionate about, and I can see that you are as well, I'm very, very interested. I'm all about saving people time, okay? Yeah. It's about saving time and about being more productive. And something that I'm doing at ESPC as well is I want to have a couple of interviews with the attendees around what are the things, how does Microsoft Office 365 help us be productive? I'd love if you could share a couple of tips with us with what are those little things that you use during the day that just makes you faster, better than you were before.
Awesome. Actually, I think Office 365 makes me look way smarter than I am. So I really love Office 365 for this reason. There's 3 things that I use all the time. One is I only look at email 3 times a day. And
really?
yes, I only look at email 3 times a day. So what I do is I just have it not sync. I just sync email on purpose. I turn it off. I'm in work offline mode all the time. So I sync email 3 times a day. That way it's like first thing in the morning, noon, and at 5 o'clock. That's it. That way I'm not monitoring it all day long. So I turn off like auto sync and go into offline mode. And yeah, you're going to miss like a back and forth random conversation. But generally, if they need you to answer, they're going to wait for you to answer. So that's one trick. The other trick I use is I have a folder where mail that has me... mail that has just me on the to line goes to a special folder. If only I'm on the to line, only me, then they need a response from me. But if I'm not on the to line, I don't need to respond. Probably someone else in the group can do it. If I get to it, sure, wonderful. But the mail that I look at 3 times a day is just to me on the to line. Mail that goes to everyone is maybe once a day, usually at the end of the day. So that's my 2 Outlook hacks. My third hack that I use all the time is OneNote. OneNote is life. OneNote is my brain. It's like an extension of my brain. Where anytime I think of something, I don't go write email about it or I break the flow. I just make a note in OneNote. That's it. I have this ongoing, like, random thoughts of chaos going on. And it's just one ongoing OneNote file. And then at the end of the day, I go either, move it to like some activity that I need to get done or someone I need to ping or whatever it is. But I use OneNote to track all those random thoughts that come about during the day. And I love it because whether I'm in front of my Surface Go or on my phone, I can just have my sunk up, constant OneNote note just going at all times. The other thing I do is always share that page with someone who I trust deeply so that they can kind of keep me accountable to doing these things. Yeah. So sharing a OneNote I've found is really, really cool because if I'm working on a project, it's really, really helpful to have someone there to keep me accountable and say, hey, how's that ESPC keynote that you're doing tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. going? I'm like, yeah, that's going. They're like, how going? Going-ish. I'm thinking about it. But it's really, really, really cool to have people that you can rely on. And OneNote is, I think, one of the best tools on the planet, not for collaboration only, but also for accountability.
Absolutely. So I think I'm going to wrap this up by giving you a tip, maybe, to the people out there as well. So because I love OneNote as well, and Office 365, all of it, I mean, it's not like I don't have tattoos of most of the products, okay? So because I love Office 365 so much, I tend to look at different things that we can use together to make it better, right? Now, on OneNote, something I struggled with is that when I have a great idea, I forget. I'll write something down that's revolutionary, and then I forget, okay? So I went and wrote a flow. So when I use the text #ideas and I'll say, oh, this is a great idea I have, or a blog, I'll highlight it. And in OneNote, you can say, add as Outlook task, because there isn't a trigger for planner yet, okay? So I can add it as an Outlook task. As soon as I add something as an Outlook task that has the word idea in it, Flow picks it up, goes to my teams, publishes and says, hey guys, Trace had a great idea at a conference. Don't you want to start something up about this? And then logs a task for your planner to get back to it.
What a good idea to share with your team.
And that's that accountability. I think that really helps us. So don't forget, we're saying OneNote, but there's so many great tools that actually works together to help us just be more efficient and better. I've written down all those cool things that Donna shared with us. I'm definitely going to tweet those out, and maybe I'll put it in today's wrap-up blog as well. I think so. Thank you so very much, Donna. Anything you'd like to say as a parting note?
This has easily been one of the best conferences I've been to. I am so coming back next year.
Absolutely. Also my first conference, and both of us are definitely coming back. Thank you so much, everyone, and what a great conference. Hoping to run into you if you do see this. If I don't, we will definitely be seeing you next year.